A ver, ¿dónde me quedé ayer? Creo que ya estaba cerca, muy cerca del final. Ah, sí. ¿Qué pasa? Plata, plata, ropa. Y por algún motivo morí la otra vez por partida. Auto, sabes.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed.
Parálisis.
Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
¿Esa es una nueva arma?
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping
Espero
not
no
to
toparme
meet your
contigo, pero aquí
acquaintance.
estamos.
But here we are.
As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural pathways. No, buddy, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones.
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you. If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already. All things considered, I'm being pretty reasonable here. I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
Blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at. A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter. The Pale? It's the end of the world. I built it myself.
And she's proud of it too, as she ought to be. This is way beyond your abilities.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, way beyond. No, once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream. Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through. Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it. If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Mattress.
Turn this.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
The gun she's carrying is a 2-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much.
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while. So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find to my back. I was, before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
It was dark in the shack. The waves outside had calmed down. She looked at the loaded gun. Then she cracked the barrel open and took the bullet out. Not today.
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first. Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me? Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. And those guys liked me, I know it. If this is what happens to people whom people like... How the fuck do the rest of you get by?
Abre la tienda.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
That did make her forgive
De
them.
hecho, que los
A
perdonan
little.
un poco.
Like what? I already told you I didn't do it. I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
¿Quién demonios era Lely? Ah, ya recordé. Ya recordé.
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do. You think I was envious of his conquests? Look, pussy's not a problem for me, and definitely not a reason to off someone.
See her confident gaze, her toned arms. Yeah, she wouldn't have had much trouble in the intimacy department.
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
She didn't hate him, okay?
I'm listening. Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me. Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul and chugged a lot of beer, man. Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time. Look, fuck you, man. I might also have stopped at the bar.
En la bar.
She speaketh truth.
No sé si es verdad.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain. No. Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardun. Haven't been into low-risk, no-reward games since moving to the city. Why? Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain.
No me
I'm
interesan
not
gran cosa los
really
misterios
interested in
sobrenaturales.
supernatural mysteries. Not murder mysteries either, if that's what you're thinking.
She looks you in the eye impassively, making it clear that she's not planning to comment on the matter any further.
The fuck do elevators have to do with it? Not particularly. Why are you so hung up on elevators? I'm not really into old shit for old shit's sake.
God damn it!
So you know she's not
Así
an
que sabes que no
antiques
existe de las antigüedades.
not my
Esta no es mi jurisdicción, tío, pero tampoco parece que haya usado esa ruta secreta en absoluto.
at all.
Hay un camino secreto desde la planta baja de Whirling hasta la azotea. Desde la planta...
Don't know it, but
Yeah.
also,
Evaluating your competence as a police officer.
the shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
And? Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
A Nachtway 80 front loader. Two-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
That isn't it.
The gun store. Trigger Happy Jacks. What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal. Never really got into weapons trafficking. Especially not old weapons. They break too often, and you don't want unhappy customers among gun collectors. Yeah, evidence. I considered her a good friend, yeah.
Eres chica. Chica sexual.
Wow. Pissing, pinball, and now peeping. I'm just not following your insinuations, detective. If I want to stare at a pretty girl, I can pick one up at a bar. Or, worst case scenario, look at a naughty photo. Who has time to go skulking about the whirling, drilling holes in walls? What the fuck, man? She's everyone's type. She's your type. Are you sure you're not the one who is excited about the peephole?
She's beginning to suspect you've broken into her lorry now.
Nope. Look, she has an effect on people. That je ne sais quoi that makes it impossible not to look at her when she walks into the room, and very difficult to look away. But travel enough and you realize... For the same reason that she's everyone's type as an object of desire, she's not irreplaceable. What the hell, man? Yeah, why not? I've gotten worse.
Her hand slipped from the dial of the compressor for a moment, almost turning it down. Then she put her hand back. Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, so that's where you were going with this. That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts
Lo que
we didn't
queríamos
want
vivir,
to catch up with,
disfrutamos escuchando
and
música
we
juntos.
enjoyed listening to music together. Why not go on a road trip?
The lieutenant watches her expectantly, occasionally shaking from the pain.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Clausy was into me too for a time, I know it. We even fooled around once. And yeah, after that I thought maybe we could make a go of it.
Clausia only said they may be kissed. Someone is lying here.
If that's what she wants on the record, so be it. I'm not about to go into details for you to jerk off to later. She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much, and how guilty she felt for leading me on. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought, fine, I'll take it and move on.
No ill will there. It wasn't a problem for her.
Yeah, one time when we'd both been drinking, I said some heated things about how dangerous her patterns with men were. I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're living in a DeLorean tragedy. Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a no-brainer. Go ahead. It's your body.
And mine too, he thinks. But keep on. This must be done.
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Clausia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna. The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Clausia. It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival. Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar. No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style. So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around? Come on. I never did understand why, when someone dies, a hothouse's worth of flowers has to die too. No, I did not. So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
That really comes as a blow to her.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock. my previous employer, for the union.
You good?
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
There's a sinister note in her voice. Even with the gun and the compressor, she's afraid of
Yeah? Where?
you. More questions before doing anything.
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Klasha comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her. No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
She looks shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out, but framed.
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
She lied to you about that, too.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed. As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried the lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
Her grip on the gun is tight, her arms toned, her posture solid. Martinez lost a valuable defender.
Quiero guardar acá la partida. Ah.
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn la puta madre agent.
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop. That strange, distant fear is getting close now. It's a fear of yourself.
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Espera.
Everyone in Jamrock, the cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you? Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both. Of you? No, not really. Yeah, other questions. What bunker? Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
Maldición.
Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer.
Muy bien. Vamos. Bien. Dime que... Por favor.
You did it.
Muy
The
bien.
compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but... She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it. Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems.
No te
You are-
mates.
Oh, yes it is.
Dios, no tengo retórica. De verdad estoy dispuesto a sacrificar más puntos solo por eso. Intelecto. No tengo cigarro en la mano. No tengo cigarro en la mano. Dios. Dios. Dios mío. Ay, no tengo pero bueno. Con tal de aumentar mis...
She's truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options. You need to give her options. You know. This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which she lives.
Tengo que seguir el protocolo.
She stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth, eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her. Gratitude, doubt. She's still ready to go. Her neck and shoulders relax, and her grip on the gun loosens.
No tienes por qué hacerlo, no es la única salida.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel.
Good call. Yeah, I'm sure. I would have done the same had I not been incapacitated. Her tent. We should check it out.
Como si sea, me voy a querer cortar las bolas.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out. The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp. It reeks of cigarettes. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor
De culto.
character lies buried in the snow on one cover.
Parece un carro
On
motorizado
another,
por una nieve.
a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
Rhaegar Monthly, Journal
Juego
of
mensual,
Material
seminario de ciencia
Science.
material, más compendios
More
tecnológicos, una de las
Technological
revistas
Digest.
no tiene
One of
imágenes
the
en la portada.
magazines
No es una
doesn't have
revista, es un
images on
cuaderno
the
de cuero.
cover. It's not a magazine. It's a leather notebook. You pocket the worn brown leather journal. A trusted friend left behind.
We should read this immediately. Like, right now.
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around. in their back pocket. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller. This was important to her when it was still hers. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape. Short, wry observations of people and places, probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. The way some of those question marks trail off into ellipses, she was going through a tough time. The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable. Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it. That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell.
What about this M? Could this be La Puta Madre? Here, March 9th and March 15th.
Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? The call? Did M call her personally? Why? Were you supposed to find her, even apart from the investigation then? On M's request? No, you wouldn't do something like this. This must be a mistake. you didn't follow through. You should have shot her in the head.
Instinto. Espero que no sea lo que pienso que es.
The thought steadies your nerves. The journal stops shaking in your hand. Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example. But experience tells me. Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures, first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly. The thick journal, bound in brown leather, is full of candor and diagrams. The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
It looks like she might have been framed. No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
He truly does not believe you are. Perhaps he shouldn't be so trusting.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than we does. Especially if she has problems with the Madre. Claudia was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or...
Pero pudo haberlo planeado.
Either way, we need to keep an eye on her. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
Ah. Pero he hecho lo correcto. Lo que más me molesta es tener que haber gastado 4 puntos. Perdón, 5. No, sí, 4. Dios. 4 puntos en retórica. Regresa al guardia tras el desastroso. Encontrar el arma asesina. No creo que la entrada estaba acá.
Always my...
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. There's a bitter, caustic taste on the tip of your tongue as you look at the handset. Life is garbage. You dial the number again, as you've done many times. You remember it well now. 001 41 44 47 11 17 361 451 67 451 451. Calling, 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 calling,
I
and
know.
calling for who knows how long, but no one answers. You need... Punch it again. The pain is good. The cold metal is hard, and your knuckles
Oh.
bleed a little.
That's enough now, officer.
Fuck it. It doesn't hurt. It didn't give you any fun for that money. Nothing. Your hand is
Oof.
turning blue now.
Officer, that's enough. Let's return to work.
Ya. ¿Y ese ruido? ¿Hay un barco?
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Y tengo 3 puntos ahí. Coordinación ojo-mano. No tengo nada. No tengo nada de esas cosas.
Yes, what is it?
Pero pensé que ya lo conocía, que pensé que ya sabía que era lo que era la palidez. Lógica divina.
Good morning! Oh, hey man, it's good to see you.
No, detective. It is not. We really...
Goodbye, officer. Yo, man, what's on your mind?
Hardcore.
Son las 2 y necesito más tiempo. ¿Y ese barco? ¿Estaba ahí antes?
Wait. Take a longer look at yourself and how you're reflected in that slick chemical rainbow. What do you see? Metaphor. It's always metaphor. This is more important than you. That's the blood of industry you see before you. The runoff from Coal City, further down the coast. The engines of fortune once roared here. Great wealth poured into Revachol, the Delta, as did smoke, waste, sickness, life. The engines stopped. The West Revacholian industrial base was dismantled after the war. Now, extinguished coke furnaces dot the landscape, a landscape despoiled by industry. Filth. This needs environmental action now. Perhaps you could dedicate your life to
Tu vida al
killing
infierno,
it,
pero eres
but
Polly,
you're
es
a
lo que
cop.
parte más
You
feliz.
must concern
Aún
yourself
así es
with
bonito
different
pensarlo.
messes. Even so, it's pretty to think.
Our tenant, the policeman.
Oye, ese barco.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best. I'll just keep the Corda Lacey in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier. Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty?
Something about the way she says it makes you want to sing.
Oh, jetty, oh, jetty. It's good to see you here, detectives. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell. How do I like it?
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name, all the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
Fortunately for you, Madame, the RCM is on the scene.
All right, politics time. Let's react.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never...
Above you, there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds, twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but perceptibly.
Have I told you how they discovered this place? No, they're in Celindian, Isola. I'm guessing you don't know then. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty. I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Do we?
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with, while you're hot in pursuit. More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything. Glad to have been of... You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
It remains a...
You're back. More lessons in basic reality?
It remains a...
You're back. More lessons in basic reality?
It remains a mystery.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
6 kilometers southwest, in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
You? You're an
Un
officer of
agente
the
de la emisora
RCM.
firme enérgicamente la milicia de la revolución.
Preciso mundo. Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
He's being sarcastic.
We are.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin. The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent, provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you. The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help. Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
He's being sarcastic.
We are.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me is the police, the only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Ya. Todavía son las 2 de la tarde. Tengo que hablar con ella cuando no esté. El peón. Ah, ya tengo que llamar a la comisaría. A ver qué me dicen. Qué mierda. ¿Este estaba ahí?
Stop. Now. It is time. Crisis. Death. You can feel it in your blue soul.
Ya estamos en la parte final.
Be prepared.
Estate alerta,
Make
asegúrate de
sure you
llevar tu
have your
revólver.
box in your hand.
Uf.
Your fingers reflexively reach for
Es
the
un acto
VA's
reflejo.
9mm
Pues es
pistol in your
que-
pockets.
Then you'd better get ready. Whatever happens, I've got your back.
Ah, ya no lo puedo abrir. Estamos en la... Poder ir a hablar con ella y ya no.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right?
Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm. There's something very wrong with him.
Shh. This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kypt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Corti.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fellas?
Peaceful.
¿Quién demo? What the?
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something like this?
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armed. The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
My plan is not to get
No
killed,
ser asesinado.
but we have to intervene. If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
Uf. Pues larguémonos para... Se nos acaba el tiempo.
No, we have to step in.
No.
This is not going to end well if we don't. The Mercenary Tribunal.
No tengo pistola.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
I think he's calmed down a bit. No, he didn't. He's about to open fire. He is.
Él.
I was wrong.
Pig fuck!
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this. These tribals hung him up for everyone to see.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives
Y
a
das un
small
gesto
nod
rápido con
to
la
the
cabeza hacia el
helmeted
hombre
man.
del casco.
You feel your
Quien se encuentra
fists
mientras
contract
te interpones
as
entre
you
los hombres
stand
que
there
portan armas de
between
verdad.
these men, all carrying real weapons. No, it's
No.
okay.
Pero,
Soften him
¿qué
up
dice?
and trust the
No
others to
confíe en
attack
que los
if it
demás
comes to that.
ataquen si la cosa
Make him
prefiere.
talk. Present an argument. I'm barely
Conservas la
keeping you
calma a
together
duras
here.
penas.
This
Se
is it.
acabó. Si hablas
If
con
you
él,
talk
te
to
pondrás
him,
nervioso,
he
no al
will
revés.
rattle you, not the other way around.
Solo tengo un punto más.
Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have. Move down from that.
Disparar. Paz, la paz siempre es lo que ha funcionado hasta ahora. Empieza con la primera idea de que tengas y continúa desde ahí, por favor.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer. Owen Cloven. He doesn't talk much.
All of you cunts inside out. Rip you open.
The gunner. The raddest.
Para sí mismo, una raíz de esas gestas y la mujer, el asesino señala la figura completamente cubierta con la armadura.
What do you think he does? Smart, Lord. He fucks natives up. Soldier of the apocalypse style. You think I care what that company cunt thinks? She's gone, you stupid fuck. Sailed off 5 minutes ago. She doesn't give a shit about you, Silos.
Stay cool! Don't do anything stupid!
The company bitch is gone. Laylee's gone. Fuck are we still doing in this shithole?
Guys, I just get in the way. I don't even have a gun.
Hold your ground.
No.
Any more of you run, I'll shoot you myself. We're doing this together.
They're afraid. All of them.
Soy como un
Trembling reeds in the wind. They'll run, scatter soon. One by one.
Who the fuck is that?
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left.
Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together.
She left. Her room's cleaned out. Right before these assholes showed up.
We should have arrested her.
Off. Fue un big off para mí. Sí, deberíamos haberla arrestado. Esto va a acabar con sangre.
You can feel
Se le
how
nota
upset he is
cabrearse.
with himself.
Solo por un
Just for a
segundo
second.
después, el miedo en su poder de él y regresa al
And he's
presente.
back in the moment.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one!
For God's sake, tell him the hardest didn't do it. Present a case.
Yeah? Who did that?
Tú. Creo que fue tan... Fui yo.
The bird. You're fucking telling me a bird killed our cunt.
No me queda otro.
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
Un accidente, disparo. ¿Dónde está ahora? Ha huido porque fue ella.
You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? What if I just shot one of your pals here, right now, huh? How about the gift? Go ahead. Tell me again how some cunt did it.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead court marshal won't decide who...
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her.
¡Ay, déjame fumar! Oh, oh. Eso sí, ¿no? Eso sí. ¡Ay, demonios, Charlie! Bueno, no aumentó mucho. Ya que estoy en el punto final. Oh. Tu mente se queda paralizada, solo alcanza a ver el revólver. La mató. Aprieta el gatillo, no lo veo. Un timbre bajo y metálico. Entonces los chicos... Debí intentar, pensé que me iban a dar la opción para usar todos los diálogos otra vez y por eso lo quería dejar como para el final. Pero debí aplicarlo desde el inicio. Moral dañada.
I'm okay.
Sujetándose al costado izquierdo, su camisa blanca se empapa de un rojo de sangre.
I can never tell with these aboriginals.
Fuck this!
Gene!
Ya.
Lizzie! Now!
He'll be ripped apart. They all will. The moment the third man opens fire. And he knows it.
Ya me ha quitado bastante de su gestión. Perdón, vete a la mierda. Algo internacional. Ley internacional.
Look around, you livestock! We're about to butcher the lot of you. Where is your international law?
Habrá repercusiones, pero no es necesario que las haya. Entremos y discutamos lo que nuestra investigación ha destapado. Tenemos cosas importantes. Es un milagro, sabes que nadie se lleva un tiro. Deja de intentar, no funcionará. Mira, esta es por su gestión, no me queda de otra. Y ya me gasté esta huevada de otra pendejada también. Por suerte tengo coordinación que me puede salvar. Intentemos esto. Vete a la... Pues claro, hablemos de su amigo muerto. Total, no parece tan inestable como para tomárselo a mal. Estamos seguros de esto. Ya disparó a una persona, siento.
Don't fucking talk to me about my brother, Loincloth.
Okay, yes. Immediate failure. Things are worse now. He's observing your every motion carefully.
Si esto no funciona, me voy a la mierda. Al fin, algo bueno.
A plume of smoke and fire erupts from the gun, and your hand goes numb from the explosion. The smoke drifts west with the wind. You hear the plaza erupt in violence, slow, like a waterfall in reverse. There is a hole.
Hay un agujero en su mejilla, la sangre mana mientras.
As he stumbles backward, eyes filled with rage and disbelief, gurgling, muttering something.
Dime que ha sido.
To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel
En
of
tu
the
derecha, el
rifle
asesino se sugiere y te apunta. Sus movimientos son firmes, pero el cañón luego. Parpadea aquí. ¿Dónde está aquí? Parpadea. Ya no tengo puntos. Lo subí en una huevada que no me sirvió. Reacción. Dios me proteja.
You leap left. A swarm of angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side. tearing fabric off
Brigas
your
hacia la izquierda, un enjambre de plomo cabreado pasa esos escasos milímetros de tu costado y rasga la tela de tu abrigo. Lo notas como la más ligera de las brisas. El hombre le da la cabeza intentando ver a través del humo que se disipa para el próximo disparo. Cuidado, a tu izquierda, de Paul también está a punto de disparar contra Kim. Ahora es para salvarle a él. Dios, por favor, masculla sin temblar ni un ápice. Entonces dos disparos resuenan a la vez. Uno de la pistola de Kitsuragi y la otra de Paul. El disparo iba dirigido hacia Kim, pero ha fallado. Oh, le mató a Titus. Ah, es Glenn. Que se muere, es infeliz. Se muere un charco de sangre a tus espaldas, como el torso destrozado, que presenta dos heridas de bala de las que brota sangre como géiseres. Percibes un par de ojos dementes clavados en ti a través del humo y del pánico, con su cara manando sangre a borbotones. El hombre te apunta con su pistola y aprieta el gatillo. Bueno, reacción imposible, evadir el disparo. Veamos qué me depara la suerte. Igual no tenía ganas de vivir. Creo que hace tiempo me debió. Dios me proteja. Pero eso es un rojo fallido. No puedes, no hay tiempo. Algo explota dentro de tu pelvis. Todo tu tren inferior.
You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur as you recede into it. Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them. Like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out.
Hay una sombra.
Stay with me.
Todos son demasiado.
Yes, keep talking. You hear me? Stay awake.
But you can't.
Pero no puedes, es muy difícil. Tus párpados se vuelven pesados y los sonidos son cada vez más distantes. Y el frío te invade. Kim también se encuentra en algún punto lejano. Casi se ha ido cuando de repente sientes algo detrás de ti. ¿Los dos morimos?
A slender white shadow towering.
Apuntan.
Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands. Scream immediately. He's gonna die. No, you scream.
No grites.
Behind you, from your bloody lips, your eyes are full of fear. There is no room for hesitation.
El teniente se da la vuelta y dispara.
Turns around and fires, his body falling on yours in the course of the motion. You hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound disappears, like someone pressed stop on the tape. The woman is gone. So is Kim. Then the whole world.
This is death.
Esto es la muerte, una puerta más, nena.
One more door. Brother,
hermano, ya eres un fantasma allí.
You were a ghost. Up there screaming along with all of them. Scaring each other. Haunting each other. It's the living who are ghosts. The
Muertos
dead are
silenciosos no sacuden
silent.
ventanas,
They don't
escriben
rattle
cartas con sangre,
windows or
los vivos
write
sí,
letters
déjalos
in
atrás, descansa.
blood. The living do. Leave them behind. Rest.
Ah, regreso.
There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep. And rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth. Drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his wound sleep.
There is a radio in the distance, a radio of the world, playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon you will return to the world.
Una radio del mundo. Buenos días, Elysium. Pronto volverás.
Hours
Las horas se
turn to
convierten en días.
days.
Pronto se levantarán.
Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call. It was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stops. He only gets worse.
Si salen los créditos, lo acepto como mi final. Si no sale nada, me da la excusa perfecta para recargar mi partida e intentar hacer las cosas mejor. Si es que pudiera hacerlo.
In the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain. It's nothing. You're alive. That's what matters.
Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying.
Isn't that written on your...
It served you well. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say. I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely. Pity? The horse, yes, that's good to hear.
Rhetorical flair. He does not actually welcome the return of the horse.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day. 2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water. Yes, the joke wasn't funny anymore. I took it off. What happened? You shot the Major in the face. A firefight ensued. Yes.
A blood-stained killer.
As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you dodged. Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. Glenn did not survive.
This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they made it to intensive care. Titus survives. So do Alain and the musician. I forget his name. Yes, he's still alive too. You were bleeding out by then. I think you said that no one wants to party with you, and you warned me. I was able to disarm one of them, the Paul, before she got the jump on me. I killed her, and that's what happened. The Paul was the last to die. Evrard had their bodies returned to Crenel for a funeral. The company is yet to retaliate. Because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor in full lockdown is too costly a target. Or maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. I don't know. This is the one. 4. Glenn, Theo, Angus,
Glenn,
the fat one.
Angus, el gordo.
He took a lot of bullets.
El gordo.
And Elizabeth too.
Y también Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Beaufort was her name. The gardener. No, she bled out before Evrard's surgeon
El
could help.
cirujano de
Evrard sent his personal doctor, but a costly loss for the Union. She was being trained for leadership.
Uf. Otra menos moral.
She never had a chance. She should not have been there in the first place. There was no way to convince them. All. Oh no, officer. It's pretty bad. 7 people are dead. But what's done is done.
Pero el hecho de que la violencia está controlada, los
Hornets did
avispones
not
no
get
han
into the
entrado en una
beehive.
colmena. Se frota la
Our
barbilla.
scenario has not materialized yet. And we are still alive. Both of us.
He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those two armies.
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh.
Uf.
The outer side.
No hay
thankfully,
ninguna
no
arteria
major
principal
arteries
afectada,
were
pero
nicked.
hubo que sacar la
Bullet was
bala y se le
removed
trató
and
la infección
bacterial
bacteriana
infection
con
treated with mercurochrome.
mercurocromo.
We will see.
You won't be able to dance much, that's for sure. You should be able to live with limping around, though.
No. I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site. I'm sure they're worried about you.
No, they would be here if they were truly worried. Sorry.
Not very.
No
I
mucho.
have a concussion from that woman beating me
Se
with the
provoca
butt
por
of her
golpe que me
gun.
dio esa mujer con la
I
culata
tried
de
to
su
not
pistola.
move
Intento
too
no
much.
moverme demasiado.
Things would be worse if
La
you
cosa hubiera
didn't
sido
warn
peor
me.
si no me hubiese avisado, pero eso no pasa.
I did not see her coming. Stupid of me. I did. No need. Easy now.
You can take it. Just don't lean on that leg of yours too heavily. Your balance is way off.
Tu equilibrio está muy
You
mal,
feel
sientes
like
como
you're
si
about to
estuvieses
fall
a punto de
over.
caerte de espaldas.
How are you? Your disco days should have been done quite a while back, Lieutenant Efrater. It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off. I honestly don't know. We can't talk to Evrard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. And Joyce has left too. Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Connell from sending in a death squad. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone, and Classio too. We really should have arrested her, you know? I don't know. I think the dangerous theory you presented on Classia, or whatever her name is, was wrong. We have not found a motive or a weapon for her. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. What is? Something.
He does not know what to reply. Looks out of the window, then back at you. It's morning outside, you think.
I don't know. That's been there for years. What? Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to keep everything.
He's wrong.
Okay. Yes, God cursed the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable. It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one, all completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is to find one that makes the bullet useless. We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
But they seemed so mysterious.
No need to be melodramatic. Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even if you are, it is not a decisive factor in this case. I'm afraid we may not be able to locate communism, Detective, on account of it being dead. Ideology does not have anything to do with the murder investigation at hand. I'm sorry, it does not.
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
I'm listening. I'm ready to hear what you think about solving crimes now. It really is very hard.
Pues sí.
That concussion must be making him dizzy.
No. Are you ready to limp? Good. Where do you want to limp to?
A gust of wind blows in from the bay. The duraluminum box around you vibrates imperceptibly. A familiar cold, a red thread on the roof upstairs. Taut, plucked like a string by the gust.
De venom.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot
Pensé que el
through.
juego ya
No, I can't think of anything
no
better.
terminado todavía. No termina. Pensé que ya eran las conclusiones finales y iba a acabar como alguna frase de, bueno, pues ahí nomás.
The bathroom mirror has been These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You may have notes on this and other recent cases.
I had Gart open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night. It would have been easy were it not for my concussion. We both got lucky, considering the odds we faced. Let's go? I am sure neither of us feels solid enough to keep looking.
Bueno. Pensé que ya había que el juego terminado, pero todavía falta más. Está interesante. Muy interesante. Un nuevo guardado para esta partida porque no sé qué tan bien lo he hecho. Ya le cago muchas veces. Bueno. Uf. Complicado. Nos vemos.